moving forward, we have a presentation by Dr. Tulasi Kumar Joshi ji, who is joining us from Varanasi, and he'll be speaking on the topic Adhyatma, a perspective from Adi Shankaracharya's Bhashyas, commentaries. Just a brief introduction. Dr. Tulasi Kumar Joshi is currently the assistant professor at the Department of Sanskrit in the Vasanta College for Women, Rajghat in Varanasi. It's at least 100-year-old institution. And he has had and before that, I think he was in Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth. Dr. Tulsi ji has had the rare opportunity to study Vyakarana, Nyaya, and Vedanta under eminent, very renowned acharyas such as Shri Purushottam Tripathi ji, Professor Rajaram Shukla ji, Shri Mani Dravid Shastrigal, and Shri Hari Daigude ji. And he has completed his PhD from Banaras Hindu University, guided by Professor Dhananjay Kumar Pandey ji. And he did his MA also in Banaras Hindu University, and Acharya in Shankara Advaita in Sampurnananda Sanskrit University. And following his completion of PhD, he joined Rashtriya Sanskrit Sansthan as guest faculty in Advaita Vedanta at the Guruvayur campus. He has delivered many lectures on Vyakarana, Nyaya, and Advaita Vedanta at several Vakyartha Sabhas, and he has been invited to speak at several workshops and conferences as well, and he has published many research papers in national and international journals. He also has a keen interest in yogic philosophy and is an expert in epistemological and metaphysical aspects of Indian philosophy. And he devotes significant efforts in conducting and participating in traditional discourses on Shastras. And he was conferred with the prestigious award of Suvarna Anguliyakam, a golden ring from the Sri Mahasannidhanam Bharati Tirtha Swamigal, the Shankaracharya of Shringeri Sharada Peetham. So with this brief introduction, Tulsi ji, I request you to start your session.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam, Sananda Mananda Vane Vasantam, Ananda Kandam, Vatapapa Vrindam, Varanasi Natham, Anathanatham, Shri Vishwanatham, Sharanam Prapat. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. First of all, I offer my pranams to all the people who are associated with INDIC Academy, which is doing a lot of things in the field of Indian tradition to enhance. So, and all these speakers who have spoken earlier to me, and all the people who are listening to us. So in this talk, my focus would be on such terms which are repeatedly being used in our talks. Like at the outset, I would like to say something regarding these terms which we are using, like spirituality. Spirituality, I will be speaking about Adhyatma, I'll not using the term spirituality. So in Sanskrit, it is translated as Adhyatma, but I don't know the actual meaning of spirituality. But Adhyatma, what is Adhyatma? I tried to find out the meaning of Adhyatma from Shankaracharya's commentaries and also from the Panini Vyakarana. So I will be talking about Adhyatma. And along with Adhyatma, the Shraddha and Bhakti, these two terms also come from our own Sanskrit language, and what is the derivative meaning of the term bhakti, and how it has been used in our text, in what context Shraddha and Bhakti, these terms are used in our text. So basically on these three terms my talk will be focused. So I have tried to find out the meaning. So I'm not claiming anything here. Whatever is said in our Shastra text, I have brought some references from them, and I will try to discuss upon that. And if there will be any flaw, then listeners and scholars will improvise. So the etymological meaning of the term Adhyatma. First of all, we have this what means advantage in our Sanskrit language to derive to get the meaning of any word by its derivation. We can see what what is the derivation of the term Adhyatma according to Panini grammar. So Adhyatma, it is a compound word which is called a samasta word, samasta shabda, samasta pada, and the samasa here is avyayi bhava. So what is the vigraha of it? What is the derivation of the word term? So Atmani iti Adhyatma. So Atmani, Atmani is that this word is in locative case, which is called as Saptami Vibhakti. Atmani iti Adhyatma. Atmani, the locative case generally roughly refers inside or in, means which we translate in English as in. So in Atma or inside Atma, whatever things that are inside our Atma is called Adhyatmam according to this derivation of the term Adhyatmam. Atmani iti Adhyatmam. Here there is a famous sutra of Panini grammar where the Abhyayam Vibhakti Sameepa Samriddhi, it's a long sutra. So their Vibhakti in the meaning of locative case. In locative case, the term is derived Adhyatma according to Panini grammar. So the derivative meaning of the term is the things which are inside Atman. Now, what is Atman here? What is inside Atman? Everything is inside Atman. If we take the Atman, I want to make clear that the term Atman refers to Atma, which is famous, which is said as self. And the term Atman also refers to body. In Kathopanishad, Atmendriya Manoyuktam, Bhoktetyahur Manishina. There also Atma, the term is used for body. And the term Atman is also used for Buddhi, means our mind or the internal organ. So for that also Atman, Atman in Gita many times we can see the term Atman which is used for Antakaranam. So Atman, the term Atman has three meanings, but here in this particular word Adhyatma, the Atma refers to body, our physical body. So body means our Sthula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira, both kinds of body we can take from the term Atman. So the things which are inside Atman means the things which are inside our body. Which the things which lay in our body is called Adhyatma. And what is there inside our body? So there are a lot of things which are there inside our body. Some abstract things are there, some concrete things are there, like our asthi, mans, majja. These all things are also there inside our body, bones, and veins, blood. These all things are also there inside our body, and along with them, our mind is also our antakaranam, our sensory organs, and our feelings, all kinds of feelings. Feelings means the manifestation or the transformation of the internal organ. So actually, to make it I want to make clear that I will be talking according to the uh, Vasana of Advaita Vedanta. So in Advaita Vedanta, uh, what do we say? That our feelings, whatever feeling it is, be it kama, be it krodha, lobha, moha, whatever, dhairya, any kind of feeling is the transformation of our internal organ, which is called manas or antakaran. So these all things are inside our body. So these all things are called Adhyatma. So when we talk about Adhyatma Shastra, Adhyatma Vidya, so we are discussing upon these components. All these components means we are talking about our mind, we are talking about our sensory organs, we are talking about prana. There are five vayus, five, which are famous: prana, apana, vyana, udana, and samana. These all five vayus are also adhyatmika. These all are also adhyatmika elements. So all the components are called, which are inside our body, is called Adhyatma according to the derivative meaning of the term Adhyatma, which is Atmani iti Adhyatma. So now in Bhagavad Gita, in the 8th chapter, Arjuna asks Bhagavan Krishna that Kim Tad Brahma Kim Adhyatma. So there he asks about Adhyatma. What is Adhyatma? Then the Bhagavan replies that Swabhavaha Adhyatmam Uchyate. So what is Adhyatmam? The Swabhava is Adhyatma. So I have taken that reference also. There also the term Adhyatmam is used, and Shankaracharya ji explained the term as Adhyatmam means Atmanam Deham. Atma, see here, Atma refers to Deha. So Atmanam Deham Adhikritya Pratyagatmataya Pravrittam Paramartha Brahmavasanam Vastu Swabhavaha Adhyatmam Uchyate. Adhyatma Shabdena Uchyate Abhidhiyate. So what is said by the term Adhyatmam? So eventually the Paramartha Brahma means the ultimate truth. The Brahma means the limitless truth is called Brahma. So that Paramartha Brahma Vasanam Vastu, that is ultimately called Adhyatma. So from this explanation of the term Adhyatma, what I understand, in our Shastra tradition, the term Adhyatma is, even though it has several meanings, it includes many internal organs and many internal components, but the ultimate meaning, or the ultimate the meaning of the term is Paramartha Brahma. Means these all discussions which are going on in our Shastra regarding our internal organs or prana and whatever Adhyatma components are there, these discussions are there to lead us to the ultimate truth, that is Param Brahma. So, so the essential, and that Param Brahma is not different from Jiva. Swabhava, it's Swabhava of Jiva. So it's not different from Jiva. So this is the essential component, the essential thing of the between all the meaning of Adhyatma. This is the essential meaning of the term Adhyatma between all the meanings of Adhyatma. So it is also there is no conflict with the derivative meaning of this meaning. Means Param Brahma is also there inside our body, because in the form of Jiva, it is there, already there. So Atmani iti Adhyatmam, this derivative meaning doesn't means conflict with the Param Brahma. So the Adhyatma, in a broader sense, what I have understood is Adhyatma is all the internal things, all the internal components where the Param Brahma or the nature of the self is the essential one. And when we talk about Adhyatma Shastra, Adhyatma Vidya, then all the Adhyatma Shastra, all the Adhyatma Vidya uh, teaches us about the internal components like our mind. How should we control our organs? How should we react to something? Or how should we act? So these are how should our propensity be? Uh, uh, so what is the meaning of like sukha and dukkha also? What is the means, actual means of the of sukha? What is the actual means of dukkha? So Shastra is a discipline or the Anushasana which teaches us that, see, if you adopt this means, then you will get this result. If you adopt this means, and then you will get this result. So like that, Shastra um, disciplines us. So Adhyatma Shastra means whatever Shastra, Yoga Shastra. Yoga Shastra, I consider that Yoga Shastra is also an Adhyatma Shastra. And Vedanta, there is no doubt about it. Vedanta is Adhyatma Shastra. But other Shastras are also like Nyaya Shastra. Nyaya Shastra also talks about Atma. So, because the event that the ultimate goal of all Indian philosophy, especially Vedic philosophy, is to attain the Parama Purushartha, which is moksha. And the Parama Purushartha or moksha cannot be attained without the knowledge of Atma. So all the school of Darshana talks about Vedic school of Darshana talks about the knowledge of Atma, because without the knowledge of Atma, the Param Purushartha cannot be achieved. So all the darshanas are talking about Adhyatma Tattva, whether it is in Nyaya Shastra, whether it is Sankhya also. Sankhya, some system in Sankhya, some doesn't accept the existence of God, but they accept the existence of Atma, and they try to uh, discriminate Prakriti and Purusha. So that discriminative knowledge of Vivek or Viveka Gyan of Prakriti and Purusha, they are trying to propound. And that is also related to Atma, because without knowing the nature of Atma, the discriminative knowledge cannot be happen. So in that way, the Sankhya Shastra is also an Adhyatma Shastra, and all the darshanas. So now I will go through quickly through the terms which are used by Sri Adi Shankaracharya ji in his commentaries. So first of all, there is a sutram, Brahma Sutram, where the term Adhyatma is used. In Brahma Sutram, in the first chapter and in the first pada, there is an adhikaranam called Pratardana Adhikaranam, where the dialogue between Indra and Pratardana happens. I will not explain on all the context, but there is a debate, there is a discussion in that Adhikaranam. Indra says to Pratardana that I am prana, worship me. This kind of pranosmi, pragyatma, tam mam upaswa. There is a sentence in Kaushitaki Brahmana. So Brahma Sutrakara says that here the term prana refers to Param Brahma. Now there are a lot of discussions, but in one sutra there is a counter argument from Puru Pakshi that if Indra is saying that I am prana, worship me through Pratardana, if Indra is saying like that, then the prana must be different from Pratardana. It cannot be the Atma of Pratardana. It is Indra who is saying worship me. So Pratardana should worship Indra, which is not his Atma. Like that, the Puru Paksha question comes, then the Sutrakara, Bhagavan Badarayana, answers, Adhyatma Sambandha Bhumahi Asmin. Because in this Prakarana, in this chapter of Kaushitaki Brahman, Adhyatma Sambandha Bhuma, there is a Bhuma means Bahulyam. So, in a what Bahulyam means, again and again the relation to Adhyatma is described in this chapter. That's why the prana cannot be Anadhyatma, Bahya. Prana cannot be Bahya Atma. Okay, it will be Adhyatma only. It will be one of the Adhyatma Padartha only. It cannot be Bahya Atma. So in this Prakaranam, or in this chapter of Kaushitaki Brahman, there is a mantra called Yavad Yasmin Sharire Prano Vasati Tavad Ayu. As long as the prana resides in the body, so long there is life. So like that, we find these types of sentences in this chapter. So here, the Indra is again and again talking about internal things, not the external things. That's why the term prana refers to some internal thing, and that is ultimately Atma. It is described there. So here in this sutra, Adhyatma term is used for the internal things. Then Adhyatmadhikara Devaha Indriyani Pranam Anushkananti. The Taittiriya Upanishadi. Here Adhyatmadhikara Devaha Indriyani. Devaha, there is a term Deva in Upanishad. So Pranan Deva Anuprananti Anushya Pashavashchaye. Like this mantra is there. Pranam Deva Anuprananti. So what is the meaning of Devaha here? So the Bhagavad Pada Shankaracharya explains that Adhyatmadhikara, because it is the Deva, the term is read in the Prakarana of, in the chapter of Adhyatma, where all the Adhyatma elements are described. Because the term is Deva is used there, that's why Deva refers to Indriyani, all the organs, sensory organs. So Adhyatmadhikarat Devaha Indriyani Pranamanu Prananti. So like that. Here also the term Adhyatma is used for all the internal, means internal organs, internal things. That's why the term Deva refers to Indriyani. Then Athadhyatmam in Taittiriya Upanishad only. Prano, Vyano, Pana, Udana, Samanaha, Chakshushrotram, Mano, Vaktvak, Charmama, Pumsagasnavasti, Majja, Etadadhidha, Yarishiravochata. Like this, the mantra is there, that is for Vasna. So here also, in the section of Adhyatma, Pranaha, Vyanaha, Apanaha, Udanaha, these all Vayus are counted there. Then Chakshuhu, Shrotram, Manaha, Vaku, Tvak, all the organs are counted there. Then Charma, skin, Mamsam, Snava, Asti, Majja, all these things are also included there in the Prakarana of Adhyatma. So all these things are inside our body. That's why they are called Adhyatma. Again, there are many things. I think I have less time now left, so I'll go quickly. Some references. Actually, in Upanishads, more than 120 times the term Adhyatma is used and explained in a commentary. So all cannot be described here. So I have just selected some of them. So like Adhyatma Vidya, the last bullet point. Adhyatma Vishaya Santi Sahasram Smritaya Bauddharhata Kapilakadinam. See here, the one of the greatest commentator of our all the darshanas, he is Vachaspati Mishra. He has written commentary in all the Vedic darshanas. He says Adhyatma Vishaya Santi Sahasram Smritaya. There are thousands of smriti. Smriti means shastra. Yeah. Many thousands of shastras are there which have subject matter as Adhyatma. Adhyatma Vishaya Santi Sahasram Smritaya. Bauddha, he also mentions Bauddha. Bauddha Arhata Kapalika. Kapalika Agama, one of the Agamas is there. So there are many shastras are there which talk about Adhyatma. So it means that Adhyatma is all the internal organs, internal things. Tapi kasmanna nirakriyante. Then tasyaiva parasya brahmana pratideham pratyagatma bhavaha swabhavaha. So this we have explained earlier. Now Adhyatma Sangitam. Now Adhyatma Jnanam, Adhyatma Vidya. These all terms we talked about. So what is the meaning of Adhyatma Vidya or Adhyatma Jnanam? Then in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Pada says Adhyatma Jnanam means Atmadi Vishayam Jnanam. Atmadi. So Adi means Atma and including others also. Including what others? Then including others means including other internal organs, internal things which we have understood as Atma, but actually they are not Atma. So like that. So Adhyatma Jnanam means a kind of discriminative knowledge or Viveka Jnanam of Atma and Anatma. So that kind of Jnanam or Vidya is called Adhyatma Vidya. So that is Brahma Jnanam. Adhyatma Vidya, or when we use the term Adhyatma Jnanam or Adhyatma Vidya, then it refers to Brahma Jnanam, Brahma Vidya, means the Viveka Jnanam. So that is what I have got from Shankaracharya's commentary of 13th chapter. Then Shraddha, and I'll say very short, in a nutshell. Shraddha and Bhakti, these two things are also internal things. This is not the external things outside of our body. Shraddha always lays inside of our body. So Shraddha can also be considered as Adhyatma Padartha, as the one of the meanings of the term Adhyatma. And then what is Shraddha? So the Madhusudana Saraswati ji, one of the greatest commentator of Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and so many other Vedantic texts, Madhusudana Saraswati ji says, Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu idam ithameva iti pramarupa astikya buddhi shraddha. So what is Shraddha? The astikya buddhi. Buddhi means intellect or knowledge. Which kind of knowledge? Pramarupa. Pramarupa means Prama means valid knowledge, which is generated by the valid the means of valid knowledge, which is called pramana. The knowledge which is generated by pramana is called Shraddha. Astikya buddhi. Shraddha. So I remember when I was studying in Varanasi with our Guruji, Tyakarana, when we used to keep quiet, uh, he used to scold us, don't keep quiet. Why are you only listening to me? Don't listen to me. You ask questions. If you won't ask question, you will not get shraddha on it. So shraddha requires asking question also. And if you ask question, you will remove your doubt. Otherwise, your doubt will not be removed, and you will not get shraddha. That kind of astikya buddhi you will not get on shastra or whatever the things are being propounded in shastra. So ask question. So Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu idam ithameva. Idam ithameva. It is just like this only. So this kind of valid knowledge is called not mere kind of perception is called Shraddha. Shraddha is which is gained through a valid knowledge, which is gained through the means of valid knowledge, the pramanas. Then that is the actual Shraddha. Otherwise, it's a kind of perception only. So that kind of explanation and this valid knowledge or this knowledge, this is also the in terms of in the circle of Advaita Vedanta, this is also the manifestation of internal organ. So this is again an Adhyatmika element. So Shraddha. Then Bhakti. What is Bhakti? So the Panini grammar says a root bhaja. Bhaja, and the meaning is said sevaya. So bhaja sevaya. Bhakti means seva. And seva, as earlier scholars have explained, 9 types of bhakti. So those all are seva. And also, as the Srinivas ji mentioned, that upasya devatakara chitta vritti avritti. So that is also seva only, because you are the repetition of the same manifestation of upasya devata, chitta vritti, is also a kind of seva. So this seva means seva is a nature of an action. So the seva means it could be the manifestation. The manifestation of the internal organ is also considered as action only. So if you are repeating again and again, the manifestation is being repeated, then it's a kind of action, and that is called as seva. One of the sevas means there are 9 types of bhakti. So this is one of the bhakti. So like this, the term bhakti means seva, and also bhakti cannot be happen without shraddha. If you are not getting valid knowledge, astikya buddhi, then you cannot be a true devotee. If you are truly, if we truly want to devote ourselves to Bhagavan Krishna or Shiva, we need to have Shraddha also. And for that, we need to understand Adhyatma Shastra also. Because without going through Adhyatma Shastras, we cannot, I feel that I cannot, or a person like me cannot understand the real nature of our internal things, our mind, our emotions, our feelings, and how to control them, from which things we should restrain from, and what should we do, kartavya, akartavya, viveka, we cannot have without studying Shastra. So in the last, at the end, I want to quote Bhagavad Gita slok, Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Upasthito. And with this note, I would like to conclude my talk. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me on this platform. Thank you very much. Pranam.
Thank you, Dr. Tulsi ji. Can you close your presentation? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for a very insightful, different facets of definition of Adhyatma. And I think much of what we had discussed in the morning, that how in the Vedic spirituality, you might say that there is a definite goal, definite purpose, definite methodology. I think everything is captured in the single term called Adhyatma, and that is the takeaway for me. Nagaraji, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, the same thing. Whatever from the Shastra Pramana, from all the quotations, an excellent scholar like Dr. Joshi ji is telling us, none of these things is just a blind faith in what the individual does not actually experience. All the inner organs are experienced, all the inner senses are experienced. Everything that is there in every individual of the world is in the individual's experience, is being given a term, Adhyatma. So there is nothing that you are simply believing that it is there, but I do not know whether it is there. It is there. You have the organs, inner organs, you have the indriyas, you have experience of everything. And from that, everything is being built. And how to discern and distinguish between self and non-self, all that has that a very rational, highly rigorous and built methodology. So once such a thing is communicated to any audience anywhere in the world, there is no need of a blind faith in anything that the individual does not have. And the takeaway of the day from Dr. Joshi was his guru's instruction that it is not an unquestioned knowledge. You have to question, then only your actual acceptance of the validity of the valid knowledge comes only through questioning that everyone has to find.
Yes.
It is
So,
no one is asking for an unquestioning faith in anything.
sir,
It is demanded that you have to question.
to add to this point, one of the qualities of a shishya is called pragalbhyam. So pragalbhyam is very important. A shishya should have that pragalbhyam. Pragalbhyam means you should fight with your guru. And fight means argument
vada
with your guru. Vada. You should do vada. Otherwise, there are chances of improving doubts and all kinds of things. Ajnana. So you should talk, you should discuss, you should argument. So that is pragalbhya which is required. Thank you.
Absolutely. Namaste. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tulsi ji, again for the insightful presentation.